All right. Welcome back to our another episode. This is going to be our plan prediction episode. So I hope you enjoy. Got a lot to talk about. The plan is officially set. So yeah, let's just start it off with the East. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. We got a good one for you. We'll start off with the East. I don't think it's as interesting, but I think the Sixers Heat one is actually pretty interesting. Or let's go 9-10 first. We'll go 9-10 first.
That's your interest. The West ones are on Tuesday. Okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We talk about these
Uh,
first.
uh,
Yeah.
9-10, we'll go. So Hawks and Bulls. I
I don't
got,
think that game matters, but yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
is Trey Young playing? Let me look it up real quick.
I think he should. Did he play today? We're recording this on Sunday, by the way, April 14th.
Oh, he did play. He did play. 12
Yeah, he
points,
played
12
today.
assists.
They got blown out by
The
40.
Hawks
But
The
okay.
Hawks are, I think the Hawks are my biggest disappointment this year, but I won't get into
I
that. So I think they're actually a good team, but
mhm.
in one game, I'm taking the Bulls just because they did
Ooh,
it last year.
okay.
And they got DeMar, and I think DeMar will win them one game. I'm not giving them
You,
many props. Like I'm
you
not saying
think
the Bulls
so?
are
Wait,
anything, but for one game, taking the
is
Bulls. What are you taking?
wait, I'm checking. Is Onyeka out or is he playing? I'm trying to check
Let's
right
check.
now. Oh
On
wait, he's been out? I don't know. Oh, yeah, he's out. Huh.
he's out for the whole game. What is he out with? I
He
think we can check.
underwent a non-surgical procedure Tuesday to address ongoing inflammation in his left big toe. Okay, yeah, he's out. Um, dang.
Let's see. I
Yeah,
just found the
yeah,
Bulls are projected.
I'm gonna take the Bulls. Yeah, I'll just take the Bulls too. Yeah. Um. Yeah,
Uh,
it'll probably be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be blowout, and then
I
I
don't
trust
think.
Lamar more than anyone might
Oh,
on the bench.
Jalen Johnson is out too.
Yeah, no, I just saw that too. They did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the Bulls.
But
Jalen Johnson's
then
like the
getting into it, Heat 76ers. I got the Sixers, but
ooh.
yeah, I got the Sixers. I might I have a hot take for them, but yeah, so I got the Sixers, and I think the Heat are gonna
I,
pretty. I think the Heat are gonna beat the Bulls. I think the Sixers are gonna make it out the East, but that's my hot take.
I don't hate that hot take at all.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think
I
especially
think
with
that,
Embiid coming back, like he's been like I know he re-aggravated something. Was it today? I don't know. No, it was a couple days ago. I don't know. He went, but he came back in the second half and was balling. But he's been really good since coming back from his injury, and they just have a
he's
great
the,
roster built around him. Tyrese Maxey's been playing. I mean, he's been playing like a stud all year. But with Embiid too, he's been playing well. Tobias Harris,
now
just
people
yeah, they got a
forget they're
great
like the
team.
one
Yeah,
before
they were
Embiid
no,
got
I
hurt,
think they were like the
or then he
two
went down
seed,
to two or
two
three,
seed.
but they're
They
one
were the
for a
two seed.
while. And Embiid was
Yeah, no,
averaging 30. Like they're a
yeah,
good team.
yep.
But in a one game, I'm taking the Heat. I'm taking.
You taking the Heat?
Ooh, I'm taking the
Hey, you
Heat
remember
just for debatable.
The Heat last year lost to was it the Hawks
Yeah, they lost
in
the
the
first
first
game.
game?
They lost the first
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Yeah. I think it's gonna be interesting because I think the Heat are they're gonna win their second playing game, so then they'll match up against Boston first round, which would be interesting. But
Yeah,
that's what I think is
whoever
gonna
loses
happen.
has to Boston. Boston kind of got a bad in the rope, getting the best seed, and they have to play. I mean, maybe the Bulls or Hawks win, but I doubt it.
I don't think so. But yeah, it's
But it's
possible
one
in a one
game
game
too.
scenario. Yeah, it's
It's
one
one
game.
game.
Someone could get hot, cold shooting night
This is
from one team, and
That's why this I feel like this is the unfair part about the playing because like the West, every teams are so close, but I think there should be like a 3 game
I
room
mean,
or something.
I guess why there's that incentive though to then try to get the 7 or 8, just so you can have that extra game, just in case. Because you could have
No,
one
I'm
bad game,
saying
but if you're the 7 or 8 seed, you get another chance.
I'm saying in the East though, they should just have their playoffs like locked because they're like I think the 8 seed Heat are like 6 or 7 games above the Bulls and
I know, but
Hawks. So it's
they're not
like
gonna do that. They're not gonna, they wouldn't do that. They're gonna have it even on the same side. They're not gonna have one conference because I mean, right now the West is stacked and it's looking like that, but I mean, the
yeah,
NBA is
but you
gonna
don't
be
know
ever
this.
changing. Yeah, yeah, they wouldn't
I
do
agree,
that.
I agree.
Yeah. But
But I for
anything else you want to
debatable
say about the East?
The East, I mean, we'll talk about more in our, when the playoffs really start. Uh,
Yeah.
we kind of saw that the Cavs and the Bucks, they seem like they lost on purpose just for better matchups. And
Mm,
because the Knicks have the 2 seed, and I think that's a harder matchup, like because they'll get the Sixers or Heat, and then the
yeah.
Bucks have the Pacers, which isn't, I don't know, it's not that bad of a matchup. And I
I mean,
think the
that's gonna be
Cavs
interesting
Magic series,
though. Remember what happened earlier this season?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing,
Yeah,
the
with the whole ball thing.
ball,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That'd be interesting.
But I think there's some really good series lined up in each conference. So I don't think there's gonna be
Yeah.
one bad series unless Chicago or Atlanta makes the playoffs. I don't see
Hmm.
a bad series in the entire playoffs, to be honest. I'm literally trying to think of one I can't. Like I don't see a series where like maybe no, I don't think Boston's a lock to win, even though they're the best team in the NBA. Maybe Denver if they play like New Orleans or something. But we'll get in. You want to get into the
We'll
West
get into
now?
that. Yeah, we can just get into the West. So we'll talk. Let's just talk about the Laker Pelican game because that's first. Yeah, that's the first game on Tuesday. But
Oh, that
do you how big do you think that Anthony Davis injury is? And
I was
do,
about
I, I've
I was
heard
about
I've heard a lot of people saying like they think the Lakers should take the game, tank it.
yeah, yeah,
What
so
are your
when they
thoughts on
play
that?
Denver.
What are
I
your
think that's
thoughts
a
on that?
because even we're Warriors fans, we mentioned it. Like a 1 game elimination, I don't think is worth it to tank, you know?
Yeah, yeah, but
So like
a lot of
so if they
people
lose on
are
purpose, maybe not
the
even make the
reasoning
playoffs.
behind it is like people are saying, would you rather have? I mean, would you rather have play one game against the Warriors and Kings and win that, and then win and get four against the Thunder, or win four against the Nuggets?
Yeah,
You know, and the Lakers, what they've lost like eight straight against the Nuggets. I think it's like eight straight or something. But
I don't think they should tank it just because
yeah, I
like
don't think they
imagine
should
they lose
tank it either.
the
But
game. But I know
yeah,
it's a reasonable. I don't even think it's reasonable because I'd rather have the 4 playoff, even just for a fan's perspective. They're gonna be pissed if you don't make the playoffs because you know you lose
but
that 1 game. But
yeah, no,
Denver,
but
I
yeah,
would
no,
play Denver.
yeah, but yeah, I don't think they should
But
tank it either. Who do you got? Like I know there's
if
injuries, but if you had to choose,
if Anthony
if
Davis is
and
healthy, I have the.
okay,
What
yeah, I
about
agree
you?
with that too. I had them winning today, so I thought they were gonna win today. I thought it was gonna be interesting because I thought the Suns were gonna win today too. It's pretty interesting. That's gonna be an interesting series. We won't talk about it too much. We'll get more into those later in the week. But there's some really good first round series already matched up, like the Mavs and the
Yeah, yeah.
Clippers,
I
the
like the
Suns and
Mavs.
the Timberwolves. But
Mavs
yeah, yeah,
Clippers, I
yeah.
think is
But
we don't mention it too much right now, but
yeah, I think with Anthony Davis playing. I mean, it's a playing game, so I feel like if Anthony Davis plays, the Lakers are going to be in control of the game, like throughout the whole game, even if it's not a blowout like it was today. Like I think that at one point they were up almost by 30. I don't think it's going to be like
yeah.
that, but I think they'll be in full control of the game if Anthony Davis plays like the whole game, especially
Something I want to
LeBron in a one game scenario too. So.
something I want to touch on. I don't know if it's a kind of bold take, but I think the writing's been on the wall. I think if they lose, say they don't make the playoffs at all, I think the Pelicans can really look into trading Brandon Ingram because I think his
Mm,
fit on this team, they look better with Trey Murphy playing just because it gives Zion the ball more points, Zion more around shooters, spacers, and I can shoot, but he's ball dominant a lot. And it literally looks like I mean it could just be like 1 game you still want Brandon Ingram, but they looked way better against the Warriors than they did against the Lakers. And
mm,
I think just Trey Murphy has to start in this league. Like he's been one of my favorite players
Trey
recently.
Murphy. So yeah.
Needs to start. And I think Brandon Ingram, it's just not that he's a bad fit, it's just he's the odd man out. So I think he can be an odd man out. I saw some DeJounte
Um,
Murray trade room, but
I definitely
uh,
I
I don't know
definitely
if you
no, I definitely see what you're saying, especially if they lose. I mean, but
yeah.
and the interesting thing about it is it's not like Brandon Ingram's been playing bad, you know? I mean, he's probably had one of the
No,
best
he
seasons
hasn't
of
played
his
well.
career, you know? Like especially
Mhm.
his playmaking ability. He's really expanded his game. So it's like teams will definitely be interested. I could definitely see what you're saying happening if the Pelicans lose both games, like two in a row. Um,
And it's his last year of his deal too.
yeah. So that's interesting. If the Pelicans do
I,
lose, which I think they will lose both games, we could definitely revisit that topic because I think that'll be like that might gain some traction if they do lose. But
That is
um,
a lot of trash.
let's just move on
Because they've had
to
a good
the
year.
hump.
Pelicans have had like a really good year. They look good,
Yeah,
so
no. But
it'd be fine if they don't.
let's move on to, maybe this is a little bias in me, but what I think is the most interesting game in the play-in. But
I'm gonna
the
try to keep
Warriors
my
versus
opinion
Kings.
unbiased.
Um, Warriors versus Kings. It's at Sacramento. That'll always be interesting, because of what happened last year, Game 7 in that building. But yeah,
We both have the same
unbiased
answer, but
aside,
we
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the Warriors. One of the main reasons, though, that I can say that confidently, just because the Kings' injuries. Um,
yeah, Malik Monk is a big
what
loss.
Malik Monk, even Kevin Huerter too. So I mean, mention both of them, but especially Malik Monk. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just their spark plug off the bench. So just, I mean,
he's
they can really just
yeah,
narrow in on De'Aaron Fox even more now. Like
yeah.
De'Aaron Fox really like was killing the Warriors, especially before his hand injury last year. And then once he was
Mhm.
getting his rest, Malik Monk would just come in. I mean, he was honestly killing the Warriors too. Some games he was dropping like 30. I think in the first two games too at home, he dropped close to 30 both games. But yeah, and then especially when they were on the court together, it was just so hard to that on ball pressure is so hard guarding them both. So I think that, and you've seen it, their depth is just not there right now with all their injuries. And I just
Their
the
defense,
Warriors,
their
yeah,
defense,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
Warriors
yeah,
have been good recently. They found
yeah, yeah.
something. The
Um,
Pelicans game was a bad loss, but
and what Steph got rest today. I don't know who else they rested. I know they rested Steph.
Draymond,
So
Draymond got
they rested Draymond too. So and then also
is
Draymond and Clay got arrested a couple days ago against the Blazers. So I mean, I think the Warriors are just healthier right now. Um, they're actually favored at 2.5, the away team. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think just all the injuries gonna make it tough for the Kings, even though they're at home. And I think the Warriors take it. But
is as a Warriors fan, is there any? There's one thing I'm worried about. I'm really worried about how Kuminga ended the season. I'm not even just saying that as a Kuminga fan. I'm just saying that as like his rhythm. Trace Jackson took his spot, and just I think they need another scoring bench, the Warriors. So I think if Kuminga doesn't bring like at least 15 points a game in the playoffs, it can hurt him a lot. But what do you? Is there anything
yeah,
that scares you
I
about?
think they could get. I honestly think they could get by in the play-in. Even if
Yeah,
like with that.
yeah.
Um,
In the plan,
but
100%. But in 7 series,
definitely
I don't
no
think
in the
so.
playoffs. I mean, yeah, in the 7 game series, they're definitely gonna need Kuminga to that offensive input that he was putting in for that like month stretch, 2 month stretch, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember watching that one Laker game. I think it wasn't the most recent one, but it was the one before that. I mean, he was just his mid range game. Once he started hitting those, and they had to respect that and guard that, it just opened the floor for everyone else. It made a lot of things so much easier. So like you said, yeah, I think in a 7 game series, and once you start getting, if they want to make a deep run, they're gonna need them to step it up and get back to that.
I think him and the biggest X factor, we always mention this, that's
Mm.
how we want to chip, is Wiggins. Like they really need an aggressive
I
Wiggins, to be
will
honest.
mention someone else too, Chris Paul. Um, Chris
Chris
Paul,
Paul,
like, yeah, I mean, I feel like
I think his minutes are gonna get took
you
in the playoffs. If
you
I was
think
the
so? I mean,
coach.
he's been turning the ball over lately. Like, I don't
I
know, and
just
it's like
I think he should be Steph's backup, but like I like Pods a lot more than him right now, just because he plays faster. He's not as ball dom Chris Paul's a little bit too ball dominant, but he is
he's
good
been
with
getting cooked
Trace. I
on
think he'll just
defense.
yeah, just give him 15 minutes a night, but I don't really want to see Chris Paul
Though he's been
closing
playing like
games.
30.
Yeah, Steve Kerr really likes him, but I would not play him over 15 minutes a night. And especially Curry's gonna probably in the plan probably play 40 minutes. Like I don't
Mm,
think you need Chris Paul that much, especially when you have Draymond.
yeah, yeah.
But he's still the 5 to 10 minutes where Curry's off the court. I think Chris Paul
Bro.
is useful.
So then,
But yeah,
okay, so then,
anything else?
Warriors Pelicans. Who would you have? I mean, and then why in New
Well, I
Orleans?
mean, we're both fans, so I'm gonna say Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, I just based off the video alone, we can debate it, and I'll just choose Pelicans, even though I want the Warriors to win, and I think the Warriors would actually win that game, just because, in all honesty, because Brandon Ingram came back, I think that would actually hinder them.
Mm,
And I'm like, just because I think they'll be more ball dominant. Wiggins can guard Ingram and can really guard that instead of Trey Murphy and CJ. Just
mm.
Trey Murphy is one of my favorite players. I'm not gonna lie. That's besides the point. I really want him to start next year, but in New Orleans, you have the Warriors. Why do you think the Warriors will win that, Brain?
Um, I really feel. I mean, just like it goes the other way, where it's like a one game scenario where like anything can happen. Like a bad team could beat a good team. I really just think the Warriors would be a, or I think they're going to be a tough out in one game scenario. And I know that tough because I mean the only other time they're in the play and they lost. But
Yeah,
I mean they got the best player on the court by far, which I think is
yeah.
just really the X factor too. In a one game scenario like that, like I don't know, I think Steph's gonna be the difference maker in both games. To be honest, like obviously like there's gonna be other players are
Everyone,
gonna play
yeah.
the key factor,
Steph.
but like when it comes down to it, it's gonna I think Steph's gonna be like just the key factor and why they win both games. But
One thing that's been worrying about me about Steph all year, and it seems
mm,
like
we
he
could talk
doesn't
about
really
that, yeah.
turn up, and the turnovers, it's just like he's
Hmm
really
hmm
careless. I mean, he's always been like
he's
that.
hit
Even
yeah, but he's hit a rough kind of patch, you know. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you can see in the Pelicans game, even he turns up at the end. So I mean, when it really matters most, I still believe that he'll turn up.
yeah,
But it's just like the 2, 3 turnovers where it's just like a head scratcher. Like you
yeah,
don't need to throw that step. One hand, like around the head or behind the back, off his
yeah.
foot. It's just like really, hurts your head. Clay's been showing up recently, so that's good. Even Wiggins has. Kaminga, you got to worry about him a little bit, but I mean, I hate to say it, Kerr will probably just take his minutes if he's not doing, his
Mm.
thing. I don't expect. I think he'll maybe be a 20, 25 minute guy in the playoffs. Hopefully more, but that's what it seemed like because Curry likes Gary Payton. What do you think the Warriors' closing five is in these two playoff games, or just it matters on
In these
who's
two
playing good,
playoff games, um,
playing game?
I honestly think it might matter on who's playing good. Um,
Yeah,
like against the Kings, I mean, bro, I'm not gonna if Kuminga, like I feel like if Kuminga's struggling and he's not really giving you nothing too much on offense, like I think
yeah,
Kerr, like you said, might just take his minutes. But like I could honestly see Trace
yeah.
being out there at the end. But but
I can see
I don't know.
Gary Payton out there a lot just for
You can
De'Aaron
see Garrett
Fox.
just for De'Aaron Fox.
I think
Um
Steve Kerr likes
then
closing Gary Payton.
yeah, he does. I don't yeah. I
So
mean I can see
and
that
and
too.
honestly,
It also
I don't really hate it
yeah, I don't hate it either, but
just because he can defend De'Aaron Fox and he sometimes gets fried, but he always has at least one or two like momentum defensive plays, like a
mm,
block or steal
hmm
that will really like change a game. So I can see it being. I think Curry,
But
Clay,
and he fits
Draymond
the
are always
system on
last.
offense great too.
Yeah, he does. He
His,
does.
his just like
But
his movement, his off screen, off ball screens, just cutting to the basket, playing like that dunker role. He's tough with it. So,
yeah,
but yeah, no, I
the
like that.
Kings.
I can see that. I can see that.
Not being biased, but saying I think the X factor for the Kings in that game, it might be Harrison
It's,
Barnes. I know that's annoying to say, but if Harrison Barnes can hit
I'm
an
not,
open three, you don't think so?
or I know I get what you're saying with that. I'm gonna just, I get what you're saying. You can, I'm gonna just say, mine would be De'Aaron Fox, and I could get him why after, but like I know that's like kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
he's a star
mine's
player,
really
but
simple. I just think, yeah, if Harrison Barnes hits his open threes, I think it can be a very different game. But Darren
mm.
Fox, what were we gonna say about Darren?
I mean, because just like watching it last year in the playoffs, when he was really I mean he was dominating the Warriors a lot of those series and especially once he started hitting his threes, I mean and they weren't just open threes, he was stepping in at some contested threes, hitting some step backs. Once he started getting going, like there was really nothing they could do to stop him because then they would have to pressure him on ball and he would just get to his spots easily in the paint, you know, and then that just opened up more for other players and Sabonis. But that's why also Malik Monk being out just hurts them a lot, I think, because once you had Fox doing all that in the series and you combine that with Malik Monk, it was just a killer combo that was hard for the Warriors to guard both of them. But I
Yeah.
mean, if Fox goes off, he's hitting his threes, and then he just starts being able to just dribble drive penetration to the basket. Like no one can really stop that, to be honest. Especially once he gets to those little floater jump middies, that's really deadly. And if he goes off for 40, man, I mean, they could easily win. That's what I'm saying. Like if he goes off for 40 plus, which he like did last year in like game two, I think, or it was one of the games. Um, he can really swing the game. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a superstar, but so
Yeah.
that's why it's
I
kind of like not a crazy X factor, but I mean, I think he is an X factor.
I know we talk about like playoffs playing, like you don't need depth, but I think like the lack of depth in the Kings is really gonna like show
Oh
against the
yeah,
Warriors.
but it's
Like it's not even they don't have a deep squad, but Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk out. That's two guys, 25 to 30 minutes.
yeah,
Like they don't have much. They have Davion off the bench. They don't have much scoring punch or other than Sabonis and De'Aaron, they don't have really any like can get you a bucket type guys. And I think the Warriors will have like a good bench to, those minutes where De'Aaron Fox is off the floor to really fry them.
yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Which one would you like? No, that's I was gonna say which one would you be most surprised by, but I don't.
About which win?
Yeah. Which
Like
one? Like, well, but
I'm not.
I,
I think either team is like. I mean, I think the Warriors and the Lakers won, but I mean, I think either it's like damn near 50-50 each game. I think the
yeah,
Pelicans can easily beat the Lakers. I think these are like really good matchups. It's just both of us are probably taking the Warriors and Lakers just because LeBron, Curry, AD like star
yeah,
power. Shit, it's one
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah,
Even the Hawks, like the Hawks can make the playoffs or the Heat. It wouldn't be fair, but it's one game. Like anything can really happen in the NBA.
yeah.
That's the fun part about
Um,
it. It's kind of like March Madness.
yeah. Uh, we could just get into one thing real quickly. I don't know if we really had this plan, but I think it's interesting. We won't talk about some of the playoff series because we'll make a whole video for that. But I wanted to see what's your opinion on Luca MVP? Like, who do you
I have
think should
Luka
be
as
MVP? Okay, you have.
I have,
That's gonna be boring then, because I have Luca as my MVP too.
it's
But
crazy because both of us were kind of like, oh, Luka's
I
overrated
know
and all this,
we were hating on Luca kind of. But
but he's been
but
popping off.
yeah, no. Um, it's crazy because
Uh, Joe,
no one's giving him his love either. Like I've been
yeah,
seeing all these
Jokic is still
ESPN
there.
shows. Like people have been saying, no disrespect, but like Jalen Brunson, like it's amazing what Jalen Brunson's doing. It's carrying that squad to second seed. But like Luca carried his team to 50 wins, averaging 35, almost a 35-point triple double. Like, I mean,
I
if
think
that's
Luka
anyone
should be
else,
lost.
50 wins, like, yeah, I know. I mean, I don't think he's gonna win it, but like he should. He should easily win it, to
I
be
think
honest.
I think
But
I think Luka
you got,
was too early, so like we're kind of taking it for granted, like, oh, it's just Luka. But yeah,
yeah.
he's averaging 35.
I mean,
I think
I mean,
real
50,
quick,
50 wins.
the Mavs are they're my second best team in the West, to be honest,
Mm.
behind Denver. Yeah, Denver's the best team in the NBA to me, but
I'm not gonna say what my projection is yet, because I mean, I still really don't know. But like, that's why that series they can easily lose first round. I mean, that's really that's gonna go to game seven for sure.
I
I
think
think that's
I
gonna go
think
game seven.
any team can lose first round other than Denver, and it wouldn't be surprising at all.
You don't think if the Lakers get in there, you don't think they have a chance? I think they have a chance. Like I know they
I don't.
haven't won.
I would want them as a Warriors fan because I think the Lakers will push them, but I don't see without injuries. I don't see the Denver losing to anyone other than maybe Boston in the finals. And I still would choose
Mm,
Denver. I think that Denver is overwhelming. I think they're the best team in the NBA by like a landslide.
I think the
But
Lakers have a
I hope
chance. I think the Lakers would have a good
I
chance.
I would think, but they've lost the last eight against the Lakers. The Lakers have
I
lost the
know,
last
but
eight against
if you
Denver.
look at like all four of those games, I was watching them too last year in the play. They were all super
Mhm.
close.
They were
It
close.
all
Yeah,
came
they're
down to the
close. Yeah.
very end. I'm not gonna lie, and a bunch of the momentum plays that like helped Denver get the win were those Jokic BS shots. I mean, and
Yeah.
like maybe
But that's how
hey,
basketball is.
that's why he's Jokic. But like, I'm just saying maybe he doesn't hit those
Against the
this time,
Warriors.
and it goes a different way. I'm just saying, but like. But I don't know. I think that the Lakers are the one team that do match up, I think, good against Denver. I mean, other like I'm
Yeah.
talking about in the West. I'm talking about in the West.
Hmm.
But so
I
like
think Timberwolves match up well.
I guess, but like yeah, I mean, yeah, just from a matchup side, yeah, they do. But yeah, I mean, I think the I know the Lake I mentioned the Lakers and you mentioned it that they've lost the last eight. They've all been pretty close though, and I think the Lakers would have. So like, I definitely don't think they're getting swept. Like if that ends up being the matchup, I think it's going at least six, in my opinion. But I think
I
that
think
goes
it's gonna
six.
sit.
But
I think it'll go
but
five, but like a tough five. But
mm,
we're not gonna. I'm not want to make too many predictions until that actual video
yeah,
comes up.
yeah. But anything else you want to talk about real quickly? Anything? And if not,
Uh, this is kind of just a plan. So there's a lot of stuff on my mind. We haven't talked in a minute, but we can save
yeah,
that for
yeah,
pod, you know.
mm, yeah, yeah. But just one more thing quickly. What do you think about the are you happy Denver didn't get the one seed now that
Yeah.
they lost to the
Okay. So
Spurs the other
for
day?
them, I'm kind of glad how because I want as a Warriors fan, they were at the one seed, so I wanted the eight, get the seven, blah blah blah. But then now that they're at the two seed, I'm kind of glad the Warriors didn't get the eight and then win and get the seven because I feel like
Yeah,
that's like a like we mentioned, like the Lakers, are they going to lose on purpose now? Play Denver? It's like playing Denver first
especially
round
off
is just tough.
coming out of a plane just to play that series right away. Kind of tough too.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think if the Warriors do end up beating, the Kings and whoever, Pelicans or Lakers, I think they wouldn't have to play Denver to the Western Conference Finals, Thunder, and then either
Yeah.
Clippers or Mavs. I mean, it's still like a very hard road. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna
I mean,
happen,
it's
but
gonna be hard. Yeah, yeah,
there's just more
yeah,
hope.
yeah. Um, yeah, like I mean, like you said, any game's gonna be hard, but Denver's the one team you don't want to match up against until like the very end when you have to, you know? So that's good. But yeah, other than that, we'll be coming back with some more videos. It's playoff time, so we're gonna be posting a lot. Gonna have a lot of content.
Yeah.
We can do if you want to, we can do like game reactions to the playing games
Yeah.
after they happen. It's up to you. But and we'll definitely come out once the whole playoffs are set, we'll come out with a just analysis and just our thoughts on each specific matchup and who we think's gonna win. But
Yeah.
anything else you want to say before we end things off?
Just yeah, catch us. We're on Instagram, Island Ball Pod. Uh, we're gonna start doing more reels and YouTube shorts and stuff. So we're just both of us are really busy with college and stuff. In the summer, we'll really
Yeah,
be more on track. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
let me know.
All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below just other ideas. And just stay tuned for all the
Yeah.
playoff content we're gonna have coming out. It's gonna be tough. But uh, peace, peace. I'll talk to you. Wow.